Hey YouTubers, this your boy Amari Points here, bringing you the latest movie review. Today I'm doing my newest movie review on the latest Netflix original film, Extraction 2. That's right, I said it, Extraction 2. That is the sequel to the first Extraction movie, and it's basically about Tyler Rake, played by none other than the God of Thunder himself, Chris Hemsworth, who comes back from the dead. And little does he know, he has another mission. As most of you saw, he has to save his ex-wife's sister and kids. So it's basically one of the most intense, epic moments, epic movies of all time, where they go everywhere all over the world and literally just does everything. I know I'm saying now, I know I say that because it's true. This movie was epic. It was legit epic. Sam Hargrave did a phenomenal job directing the heck out of this movie because it was so good that I couldn't believe how well done this is. The first 22 minutes of the film were kind of slow at first, but as the pace picked up, it did really turn out to be one of those epic movies that everyone is going to enjoy, especially if you loved the first Extraction movie. And let's get on to the positives and negatives. First off are the positives. The stunts that were done in this movie were great. You could tell that they really went all out with the stunts in this movie, especially knowing they had to do a lot of martial arts, punches, everything. I was surprised by that. I was really surprised. It was just one of those things that I really was looking forward to. And this movie really delivered on the action for sure. I could not look away from this movie because it was so good with all the action in it. The second positive was the cast themselves. They did great, especially Chris Hemsworth coming back as Tyler Rake. Chris, if you watch this, phenomenal job, man. I am happy that you came back for the sequel. I'm happy that you came back for the sequel and looking forward to possibly an Extraction 3 along with the rest of the cast and possibly some new cast. I'm looking forward to that. The cast themselves really got into their performances. They were not playing around with these performances, and I was not disappointed on how they delivered with every single one of their roles. Everybody put their effort into their roles. That I can say for sure. You are really going to be surprised when you see the cast act. And another positive, the third positive, is that there was a lot of emotional stakes in this movie. A lot of tears were shed. Everything. We get to know more about Tyler Rake's life and his child as well. I can't really go into spoilers with this because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, because I want you guys to see for yourself on what happened to his child. And let me tell you, it was really emotional. Everybody's going to really be invested in this movie for sure. I can say this much, that everyone is going to really start busting into tears for sure. Another positive is the director, Sam Hargrave. He really honestly made sure that Extraction 2 was going to be a really good movie that everyone was going to enjoy and honestly really get invested in, because because the first Extraction 2, it was bland at first. It was bland. It was really bland from time to time. But this one, wow. Really wow. The direct Sam Hargrave, he really knew what he was doing with this. He for sure did. Couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to see this movie after seeing so many of the trailers. I was invested. I was invested. Sam Hargrave, hands down, delivered on this movie. He legit did. He legit did. Literally did. That's it for my positives. On to the negatives. The first negative I have is Idris Elba, as most of you saw in the trailer. He was in this movie. He was in this movie, but only for a couple of scenes. Only for a couple of scenes. I was like disappointed because I really did wish he had more scenes in this movie. I know it's supposed to focus on Tyler Rake, but Idris Elba, come on now. He's a good addition. The least you could have done is gave him a few scenes with Chris Hemsworth's character. With Chris Hemsworth's character and his character. Like some action scenes instead of just honestly having him in just a few scenes. Come on now. Hopefully if we do get a third Extraction movie, he will get more scenes because I want to see him I want to see him in more scenes. That honestly will be really exciting for me because Idris Elba is on the brink of becoming a breakout star, and him and Chris Hemsworth on the same screen together, that would be sweet. It could have been better if they did put his character and Chris Hemsworth's character in more scenes. I really did want that. No lie. I'm hoping that he gets more scenes in the third Extraction movie instead of these tiny scenes that he only had in the Extraction 2. I really did want to see that. A second negative, sorry guys. The second negative I have is, well, kind of like some of the scenes, like the train scene and the jailbreak scene, like it didn't really feel real. I know it was from shot to shot, but it was kind of bland. The jail scene and the train scene, that could have been better if they switched it up a bit. I think if they did that, I would have been okay with that. I really would have, because it felt like those two scenes were kind of off with me. And if they switched it up a little bit, I would be okay with that, to be honest. And that's it for my positives and negatives, guys. On to my rant. Extraction 2 itself, the movie itself, was action-packed and very intense. Every single moment of this movie had me on the edge of my sorry. It had me on the edge of my seat. I was wondering what was going to happen next. Every single moment of this movie was honestly intense, especially with his ex-wife's sister's son. I thought that was pretty intense. Some of the scenes that boy had, it was intense too. It was very intense. I didn't expect it to go the way it did, but it really did. This Sam Hargrave, again, he delivered. Sam Hargrave really, really delivered. I wasn't expecting to love this movie that much, especially knowing there was going to be a lot of action scenes in this movie that I could not turn away from. But I am happy that I watched this. I'm happy I watched this sequel because Netflix, honestly, they really did deliver. I really couldn't turn away from this because it was just very something. It was very interesting and very epic. I have to say, if we do get a third Extraction movie, I'm going to be cool with that. I can't wait to see what the future holds for Tyler Rake and his friend Nick, the girl that was operating his assignments. Yeah, but there was a lot of scenes that were emotional and very epic as well. Everyone is going to love this movie. If you love the first Extraction movie, you'll for sure love this one. It's definitely something you are for sure going to watch. Chris Hemsworth delivered on another great performance. He really is one heck of an action star. We Even though we've seen him in the MCU as Thor many times, it's nice to see him really do something that really special with this sequel to Extraction. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in possibly the third movie, if we do get a third movie. But everything else, the cast themselves and the movie itself, was action packed, phenomenal. Everyone is going to want to check this out. If you have Netflix, definitely check this out. If you loved the first Extraction movie, like I said before, you are going to love this sequel, and it's not going to disappoint you. That's it for my rant, guys. On to the rating. I give Extraction 2 a solid A+. Hope everybody can see it. It's a solid A+. Because this was a movie that I could not turn away from. It was fun. It was exciting. Everyone is going to want to check this out. You are going to be so you are going to be so excited that you saw this movie. Every single moment really had me on the edge of my seat, like I said before. I can honestly say this: if you're looking for an action-packed film on Netflix, Extraction 2 is definitely the one you want to see. Turn on your Netflix, watch it, and be blown away. And be blown away by all the good stuff in this movie. Everything, including like the visual effects of this movie, were perfect. Minus the one scene in the first 22 minutes of the film. But the movie itself was good. Really, really good. And that's it for my movie review, guys. Don't forget to like, comment down below on what you guys thought of Extraction 2. Subscribe and share with everyone you know. And press the little notification bell at the bottom of my video to get notified when my next movie review is going to be. I will see you guys soon. Take care and God bless. Peace.